Another round of protests in Colombia's capital. On Monday, security forces deployed tear gas to disperse hundreds of people who had gathered at Bogota's Bolivar Plaza. The demonstrators say it's the police that they're protesting against.
We are marching against police brutality because it's necessary to reform Colombia's police. It is militarized, police that are not trained to respond to street protests and treat social protesters like criminals.
The unrest follows the death of 44-year-old Javier Ordonez on September 9th. A video showing Ordonez being beaten and repeatedly tased by police went viral on Colombian social media. Ordonez's pleas for help set off several nights of protest, where another 13 civilians were killed after police opened fire on demonstrators. Hundreds more were injured in at least 2 other major cities. Since then, cries to reform Colombia's police forces have only grown. Public policy experts say the recent unrest is rooted in the country's history of armed internal conflict.
Colombia has been defined as a country at war, whether it be a war of secession, a drug war, or a war on terror, where all of the tools of the state are in the function of that war. The result of this is that citizens who protest or who do not agree with the public order are treated as criminals, delinquents, or potential terrorists.
While the officers involved in the death of Javier Ordonez have been arrested, Colombia's President Iván Duque has drawn criticism for downplaying the allegations of systemic abuse by the country's security forces.
I'm glad that the institutions functions, that they have arrested those who have dishonored their uniforms, but also that our security forces continue to be brave and always defend the national interest. Because we can't let the institution be stigmatized, we have to individualize those responsible and make an example of them.
Critics of the Colombian president say the country's problems go far beyond police abuse, pointing to a recent uptick in violence nationwide. There have been at least 17 massacres recorded in the last 2 months alone, and attacks from paramilitary groups are becoming more frequent. The recent protests highlight the concern many share that the violence of decades past is returning to Colombia. Others worry it's a situation that's growing beyond the government's ability to control. Manuel, Rapalo, Al Jazeera.